Hello, and thank you once again for stopping by the Massachusetts Beer Review channel of YouTube. I am Massachusetts Beer Review Thomas Metal 75, here to talk to you about Oktoberfest beer, in particularly the Leinenkugel Oktoberfest. I honestly do not recall how much the six-pack was. It was, in my best rough estimation, in southern part of Massachusetts I'm in, was 7 and change, so it's really not that bad. Their Leinenkugel, as you know, is it's owned by one of the bigger brewers in the United States, so they have a nice wide distribution for their beers, and that helps to cut down the cost, because also they brew a ton of beers. They're a big brewer, the Leinenkugel people, now. But anyways, the neck of the bottle says, perfect beer to celebrate the fall season, featuring Munich Pale and Caramel malts with 4 specialty hops. Brewed with pride by the Leinenkugel family since 1867. L-E-N-I-E, Leine.com. Now, their website, the Leinenkugels, Leine.com, says, available starting in August. Only August to October. Get it now. Leinenkugel's Oktoberfest is a traditional Märzen style beer that honors 6 generations of German brewing traditions. With toasted malt flavor and subtle spicy hop notes, it's perfect for celebrating fall in true German fashion. So, they're actually using the pale, caramel, and the Munich malts, 4 hop varieties, including Hallertau and Tettnang. That is all they're telling you. It must be a secret. 5.1% ABV, and the international bitterness units is 20 IBUs. Hoppier than most of your Leinenkugel brand beers, for sure. It's a twist top. It's kind of a cool little collectible one. Jacob Leinenkugel Brewing Company, Leine's Oktoberfest. It's got the checkerboard pattern. Cool. Again, here's the bottle. And I'm going to brew this. I'm going to drink this brew in the dimpled mug from Frauenfelder Beer, which used to be a brewery, I believe, in Frauenfelder, Switzerland. Top that off gently, and there we go. The Leinenkugel's Oktoberfest has that typical between eggshell and khaki colored head. It's definitely got a, I don't know if you can see it, it's definitely got a nice rich amount of carbonation in it, rich carbonation, sure. And again, it has the, as typical to the Oktoberfest style, the Märzen styles that you, at least that I've seen in America, some of them in Germany too, they will be this deep caramel, kind of a reddish color, and it is just clear. So, pop pop fizz fizz, head is dying down. Let's get a smell test of the Oktoberfest by Leinenkugel. And right now all I'm getting is, I'm not really sure if they use an adjunct in the beer, but I'm kind of getting a corn type of a sweetness, almost like a Miller Lite to a certain degree in the head. And it's pretty grainy, but I am detecting those malts that they're using. I am getting a nice sweet caramel, bready, toffee, brown bread crust kind of a deal. Just like you would get in a normal Oktoberfest beer. This one, to me, just happens to be a little bit more on the grainy, I don't know if it's an adjunct like a corn, but it's a little bit of a grainy sort of a scent. And it's sweet, not cloying at all. Seems pretty good with the malt and the balance. There's a little bit of some kind of a baker's spice or something. But let's give it a try. Let's just dive in, guys. Prost! And as you would imagine from a Leinenkugel branded beer, it is on the light side, but you know, I think it's close to medium. You could even call it a medium, but if anything, it's on the light side of a medium for its body. Right away, I get some of those baking type spices and some graininess. I don't really know how to describe that. That's nutmeg and a little bit of the cinnamon or something like that. Maybe not cinnamon, but there's some kind of a spicy component. That could even be some of the hops a little bit playing around. The malts hit you at first, definitely. It's pretty heavily carbonated. It's pretty prickly, the mouthfeel. There is a pretty good, like a chewy caramel candy. Not like the hard Werther's, but it's more like that, kind of that chewy candy, if you know what I mean by that. And mixed in with that sweetness that I'm getting is where a lot of this bready doughiness is. And all of that 20 IBUs, at least, to me, is a tiny bit on the fruity side. And it's the bitterness from those hops are hitting you at the end of the beer before it dries out after a little while of time. It is pretty, it's not cloying when I say it's sugar-laden sweetness at the end, but it definitely has a more of a sugary feel towards the end of the sip. And there's kind of a, almost like a metallic kind of a tasting, grainy adjunct kind of a flavor at the end there. I don't know if that's, I don't think that's, this glass is clean, so I'm not blaming that. I'm better than that, guys. Again, that mouthfeel being light side of medium. It's crisp, clean, uber refreshing. Yeah, so just some kind of sugary, chewy toffee, candy, brown bready, kind of a malted flavor there. There's my description of that. That was exactly what's going on in this beer in a nutshell for you. So, I think this is a good Oktoberfest beer. I don't know if it's my favorite one out there on the market. I think it's light enough. What I enjoy about the beer is I think it's light enough of an Oktoberfest where if you went to a brewery, if you went to an Oktoberfest style themed party or went to a brewery and they were hosting an Oktoberfest, you would probably want something more along the body of this just because, well, Oktoberfest beers are meant for celebrating for like, what was it originally in Germany, like 15 or 16 days, and they do a stein hoisting contests. If you're going to be doing stein hoisting contests and drinking this Märzen, this kind of a lagered style beer, this darker lagered style beer style, you would probably prefer to have it a little bit on the lighter side of things. That would just be what, at least that's what I think of when I think of an Oktoberfest. And an authentically German Oktoberfest will be a little bit lighter, but have a lot of those sort of flavors going on in mind, but I just kind of find that I'm not really too into that grainy adjunct. There's a little bit of that metallic taste, and it does finish a little bit sugary. But overall, in saying that, I probably don't have a problem giving that at least a C+ to around a B- range. Would I pick this beer up again as an Oktoberfest beer that I want to try again? Probably not. My favorite one I've had of all time has to be the Eyinger from Germany. That's an award-winning beer, and they also make a really good, well, they're a really good brewery in general in Germany, but I'll give that the C+, B-, 75 out of 100, 3.25 out of 5, da-da-da-da-da. Let's give it one more taste. And as Swillengrog would say in Germany, as Swillengrog would say in Australia, it's still holding its taste profile very, very well on that sip. You get the same flavors that you've been getting the whole way through. It's not really changing or anything like that. It's still retaining its flavor throughout the sip. So, this has been Match's Beer Reviews with the Leinenkugel Oktoberfest. You want something different that's relatively inexpensive for the season? Try this one. And until next time, keep tasting those great beers. Cheers. See you soon.